Hello, everyone. My name is Rick, and I'm so happy to be recording another 5-minute interview here for us. This is part of our community series that we have started in December 2023 for Hopsworks, where we're involving lots of people from the entire industry in this initiative. And therefore, I'm also really happy to be having my next guest here on this recording, and that is Laszlo Sragner from Hypergolic. Hi, Laszlo. How are you?
Hey, hi everyone. Hi Rick. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic that you wanted to make the time. I appreciate it. And I've been watching some of your work online, and I think you've been in touch with other people at Hopsworks for some time. But maybe you could just quickly introduce yourself to the audience here. Who are you? What do you do? What does Hypergolic do? And where does the name come from? That's what I want to know.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yes. So Hypergolic is an AI consulting company in London. We specialize in machine learning product management, so essentially helping companies who want to get into machine learning and AI about how to start, how to fit this into their business strategy, their AI strategy, and then how to implement these products. And then if they try to implement and they want to be better at it, then they hire us to make it more efficient. We provide training for data scientists and try to have this kind of full scale of services in this business and topic.
Fantastic. You've been doing it for some time, I suppose. It's been active
yes,
for some time.
We do it for about 4 years. Previously, I was working for a startup for tier 1 investment bank. So we were doing market intelligence and natural language processing. And most of our know-how that we are selling is came up there, where you were able to solve problems with 3-4 people and then sell to tier 1 investment banks, how to do that. And then that's what we are selling. And previously, I worked on Candy Crush as a data scientist. So that's where my business intelligence knowledge comes from. And previous that, I was a quant at hedge funds. Yeah.
Fantastic. And the name Hypergolic, it makes me think of Lord of the Rings, but that's probably not where it's coming from.
It is not Hypergolic, and it's strange that it's such an unknown word. I thought that this is more popular. It's a type of rocket fuel. And this is where it's coming from, that it is giving you the power to your moonshots. And in Greek, I didn't know that when we named the company, but it means extreme work in Greek. So it's actually quite a coincidence.
Fantastic. Okay, learn something every day. Fantastic. So, and then how do you, what's your relationship to the field, right? So you've just told us a little bit about your history, but how did you specifically get into like machine learning, MLOps, that type of stuff? How did you get into that?
Yeah, so I have a degree in AI from 2002. I probably date myself, so I spent 20 years in the industry in various forms, and especially maybe since 2014, so in the last 10 years, the need for a more professional way of conducting AI, and especially like extracting business value from it, it became clear that this requires some kind of organized engineering principle, not just research, but roadmaps and technologies and know-how that can execute and then can have a deterministic outcome once a research project succeeds. And that's what brought me to MLOps. And I personally cannot imagine AI or machine learning without MLOps. So when we start a project from day one, if you need any kind of success, you start with MLOps as well. All right, like you can conduct these parallel, and that's one of the things what we are teaching in data science, that how to do that actually.
So it's all about making it professional, making it kind of like production ready, and that's kind of your specialism, if I understand you correctly.
Yes. Our byline of the company is deliberate machine learning, which is deliberation. It means that I'm doing something because I know it's going to succeed, and then marching forward in a consistent pace. So taking a step back from research and R&D, where you have a huge amount of failure mode. You need to isolate the engineering part and then execute them deterministically.
Fantastic. And I think we were talking about this offline a little bit earlier. I think there are some similarities with what has happened in like agile software development and DevOps and those evolutions over the past decade or so. Where that type of work, agile software development has also come a long way in being professionalized and production ready. I guess it's there's some parallels at least, no?
Yes, that was one of our founding principles for our consulting company, that we recognize that part of machine learning, the high-level concept, that what is done by data scientists and machine learning engineers, is very similar to the needs what brought agile software engineering into existence, is that we are dealing with problems that are very fast-moving for external and internal reasons, undiscoverable features. It requires you to change, while at the same time the ruling principles, especially in R&D, is not very prone to adaptability. And this is like the top. You have product management, the middle is agile software development, and MLOps is at the bottom, which is in parallel to DevOps. And this is how we tier these problems. And once you have this separation in your mind, then you know that which task belongs to which part and what kind of principles and know-hows you need to execute them.
Yeah, fantastic. So you seem like a very passionate guy who's really into the field. So I guess the next question is a little bit obvious, but why do you like it so much? What is your thing that keeps you going and that you wake up for in the morning, so to speak?
Yeah. This is a hard but solvable problem, and partly because it's cross-functional, so you need to be good at several disciplines at the same time, and then figure out how to organize people who has completely different background. Like, we regularly work with software engineers, data scientists who are primarily mathematicians, for example, physicists, and then business leaders who have no technical skills at all. And how do you manage this and operationalize this, and how do you organize these teams? And this is where we have the difference, where you can make, no one else can do that. So it means that if you are good at this, then that's where your success is.
That's fantastic. It actually sounds a little bit similar to why I love doing startup companies. The diversity of the work, and all of the different moving parts in it. It sounds quite similar. Cool, Laszlo. I'm going to wrap it up here. Just with one more question. We want to keep these things quite short and snappy. And that last question is always the same. It's where would you point other people? What do you think are like really useful assets that you would like to share with people? Obviously, beyond your own work in your own publications, but anything that comes to mind there?
Yes, you mentioned not to mention my own blog, but
you can. And I love your blog, by the way. But it's always interesting to kind of see, what is out there.
One of the starting points of what I usually get asked is, okay, we know that we have technical debt, and now technical debt is accepted to be a problem in machine learning and MLOps and data science. But when this is raised to managers, data scientists complain that they can't express themselves correctly of why this is important, why do we need to invest in this one, and pitch for that. And one of the best sources where I go to is Code Scene by Adam Thornhill, who has a lot of content in software engineering, but these concepts can be transferred into data science, and then you can argue and then coherently express of why dealing with these technical problems are a value-added activity and not just a cost.
Fantastic. Well, Adam, I've been looking him up earlier, and he seems he's also based in Sweden, I believe, right? So
yeah, I think so, yeah.
There's some interesting content there, and we will put some of those links in the transcription of this video. Laszlo, I want to thank you for taking the time to share this with our audience. It's always great to have people like you on these interviews, and I really thank you for it. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully we'll meet each other sometime face to face.
Yes. Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for the audience for the time to listen to this. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.